The federal government of the United States has entered its longest shutdown in history, following a failure by Congress to enact full-year appropriations for the 2026 fiscal year. The impasse began when the previous continuing resolution expired, and disputes over healthcare subsidy extensions, federal workforce protections, and overall spending levels prevented agreement. As of early November, an estimated 900,000 federal workers have been furloughed and another 700,000 plus are working without pay. Beyond the human cost, agencies such as the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, and Air Traffic Control are strained, with over 2,500 flights canceled recently and major delays mounting at many U.S. airports. Senate breakthrough, but a partial one. On Sunday night, a bipartisan group of senators, including several Democrats, secured enough support to move forward with a spending package intended to reopen the government. The measure combines 3 full-year funding bills with a continuing resolution to keep the government financed through January 30, 2026. Key provisions include reinstating federal workers who had been laid off during the shutdown and guaranteeing them back pay. Funding for food assistance programs such as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, through September 2026. However, the deal does not guarantee the extension of subsidies under the Affordable Care Act, ACA, for health insurance marketplace enrollees, a major sticking point for many Democrats. Senate Leader Chuck Schumer strongly opposed the compromise, arguing that accepting the deal would leave millions exposed to rising premiums and destabilized coverage. House still stalled, long road ahead. Even though the Senate has cleared the procedural hurdle, the legislation must still pass the full chamber and then move to the United States House of Representatives, which remains out of session until Wednesday and has not held votes during the shutdown. Thus, while the Senate deal is promising, reopening the government is not yet guaranteed. A final vote in the House and full approval are essential before normal operations resume. Real-world impact mounting. The ongoing shutdown is inflicting significant damage. With hundreds of thousands of workers furloughed or unpaid, household incomes are under pressure. Travel disruptions are rising, as air traffic control shortages lead to flight cancellations and delays. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has mandated cuts to flights of 4% and rising if the shutdown persists. Food assistance programs are under strain. SNAP payments have been delayed, and millions of low-income Americans face an acute risk of food insecurity. The economy is losing momentum. A White House memo from earlier estimated losses of up to $15 billion per week in GDP if the shutdown continues. Public opinion is turning against the shutdown's duration and disruption, with many Americans blaming Congress and the administration for the stalemate. What comes next? The next critical step is a full Senate vote, which could happen as early as Monday, followed by action in the House. The longer the delay, the greater the human and economic cost. The healthcare subsidy debate remains unresolved. Democrats continue to demand firm guarantees, not just a promise of future votes. Monitoring the impact on federal workers, travel, and social programs will provide important signals of how deep the effects of the shutdown will be. If the shutdown drags into Thanksgiving or beyond, the political fallout could sharply escalate, especially as key services and beneficiaries feel the strain.
The yeas are 60 and the nays are 40, 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn, having voted in the affirmative.
From the truly precarious situation we are in with regard to air travel to the fact that our staffs have been working without pay for a full 40 days now, all of us, Republicans and Democrats, who support this bill know that the time to act is now.
I must vote no. This health care crisis is so severe, so urgent, so devastating for families back home that I cannot in good faith support this CR.